What is up, guys? Welcome back to Reject Films. Back with another review for you guys from Wild Eye Releasing. I've been working with Wild Eye for a while now. They were nice enough to send a box of movies over. I've been going through them for you guys, reviewing them, enjoying some of them not so much. But always hit and miss, you know, with independent film. But overall, I'd say I've enjoyed most of them. So this one here, though, kind of had a hard time getting through this one for the most part. But as you can tell by the thumbnail, it is for Sleepless Nights, which is a horror, anthology film from 2016, but actually released here on the back it says 2018, which I've noticed is a common trend with a lot of Wild Eye releases. I was actually talking to my buddy Patrick, who does a blog where he reviews films and everything. I left a link in a previous video. I'll try to remember to leave a link in this one too if you guys want to check him out. He reviews for Wild Eye as well, and Warner Archive as I do, and some other companies. So you know, we kind of talked back and forth about how they tend to do that, and they tend to change the names a lot to the films and everything, but I'm not sure really the reasoning. I don't know why they think it'll sell better or something if you change the names. But yeah, again, I have nothing but love and respect for Wild Eye. I mean, putting out films for people that really have a passion for filmmaking and everything. And you know, like I said, it's just going to be hit and miss with your low budget independent films like this. But yeah, I had a pretty tough time getting through most of this. Some of them were decent, but for the most part, it was just yeah. There's like 7. I took notes on this so I could have tell you what the segments are called. Yeah, I wrote down. I can't read my own writing sometimes, so this was pretty much put together by Todd Sheets, who directed Bone Hill Road, which I just reviewed recently, along with quite a few other films, and was producer on this and everything, and on I think all of them or most of them. So he was pretty much responsible for getting all this together, and I will say I did like the first segment. I didn't really have. Tried to find some photos to go along with these, but there wasn't really too much out there. So I think there was one for like the first segment, and I don't know. I mean, I tried to find some, but couldn't really find any. So I might throw a Wild Eye logo somewhere, or just a random photo, because that would make just as much sense as this fucking anthology. I mean, you got anthologies out there like Tales from the Hood, Creep Show 2, Trick or Treat, Body Bags, stuff like that, that are you know, good, solid anthologies, and you know, tons more than that. But this one here, I definitely liked. Even ABC's of Death was better than this, which I know a lot of people didn't like. But like I say, I try not to be too hard on films, especially independent film, because I know it's just people that, like me, probably, that are out there just doing what they're passionate about and putting in the work. So anyway, let's just jump into it. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the segments, but you pretty much start out. It's close to Halloween time. It's a little girl, and I think her babysitter, or sister, or something. I think it's a babysitter. Little girl's telling her stories this whole time to just to pass time, and babysitter or whatever is really scared of everything. And during this as well, there was like an escaped convict announced on the radio, and the whole time during all of these segments, it'll cut back, and he's getting closer and closer to their house, and that kind of wraps up in the end, which I'll get to. But first one is House of Profane. You gotta wait till the credits to see what the segments are called, so I didn't know what they were called. I was assuming it was called Hell House because that's this house that they go to, and it's pretty much a group of people in this house that are, the house is supposedly, haunted or whatever, and this guy killed people in it and everything like that, and he sewed this mask to his face and everything, and somehow just by looking at these people, there's like 4 people, 2 couples that are in this house, and they turn into, I don't know, one chick looked like she was from Evil Dead or something, and they all just start turning and killing the other ones and everything. But I did like the practical effects in this one, especially the opening scene with a hobo. Was pretty cool, and I definitely love and appreciate practical effects whenever possible, and I actually really enjoyed the practical effects on this episode. But that's pretty much all that happens in this episode. They're pretty short. I mean, like I said, there's 7 of them. This runs about 2 hours long, and then you have the main thing going on in the house with the girl and the babysitter. So cut to segment 2, which was a Divine Ritual. It's pretty much this little girl is possessed. The mother and father are trying to go to this priest at the beginning and have an exorcism done. The priest isn't going for it because of something that happened previously in his life, and they start calling all these other people in. They have just anybody trying to get rid of this demon that's inside of this girl. Anything from like witch doctors to eventually the priest does come and everything, and there's a certain point where they have to call a plumber for some plumbing issues, and I'll just say the plumber said that he's worked through pretty much anything, and he kind of does his own thing. So didn't really care for that one too much, but like every time I do a video, my nose itches. Third segment is Love Me to Pieces, which this one wasn't too bad. It was cheesy as hell. The guy's on a computer for a minute, and it's like 1990s computer technology, but this guy is watching movies of him hooking up with chicks, having sex, doing all that he had recorded, and he's just out, banging all these chicks that he's meeting online and everything, and he meets this kind of goth chick, and she has him over to her place, and he has a habit of slipping them pills and everything to be able to get with them and stuff like that. And how to say, she gets her revenge, and she's pretty much building her Frankenstein boyfriend out of these guys that she's hooking up with as well. That one wasn't too bad. It was, like I say, it's cheesy as hell. The guy that plays Lucky Chucky, just as you guys have seen, if you've seen any Wild Eye releases or whatever, you already know the acting is most likely going to be bad. But his acting was, oh my god, it was atrocious. But I'm pretty sure it was made to be that way. I mean, a lot of these are made to be so bad that they're good, or they know what they are, tongue-in-cheek type stuff. But so that's the second one. There is a Divine Ritual, or sorry, third one was a Love Me to Pieces. That's what we were on. Fourth segment is It Hits the Fan. You got this guy who's loves like the 1970s afros and that kind of style and everything. Him and his girl stop at a rest stop. There's like this portal to another dimension. His girl gets taken into this other kind of world or whatever, and he goes in after her. fights off a bunch of zombies with a fucking dildo. I don't know. Tries to save his girl. He hooks up with this, he makes one of the zombies like his zombie bitch. He has to choose between the zombie hoe and his girl, and I'm not going to tell you which one he chooses. So stupid, but you know, something like that obviously wasn't meant to be taken serious. So, fifth segment is the crawler. You got this waitress who's having like a rough life. She's with this like douchebag guy, and she goes into work. She's using the facilities. Something crawls up in her, makes her start seeing things and doing things to people and everything like that. Kind of find out later, like I believe she had like an abortion before she went into work. So I guess that coincides with that. Doesn't go into a whole lot of detail, but pretty graphic for sure. And that one was okay, not too bad. Like I say, I'm not going into great detail on these, but I'll say the guy that she works for, he definitely gets what he deserves as well. And you know, just a real piece of shit boss that's just you know, hooks up with the waitresses and stuff to let them get by with things and stuff like that. But that one wasn't too bad. Then we go to the sixth segment, is Night Drive. This one is pretty much a guy driving home at night, has to take like an alternate route, and along his way there's a guy broke down on the side of the road. Guy tries to stop him to get some help or whatever. He just runs him over, keeps driving, and then after that you see somebody behind him, you know, chasing after him, doing stuff, pulling off the side of the road, getting back behind him, and everything like that. Finally, he's had enough. He gets out, and something happens to that guy. I'm not going to say what, and you get a special appearance by Todd Sheets at that point, at the end of that segment. It was fun. I didn't hate that one necessarily. The seventh segment is Unnatural Attraction. This was the last segment, and that is, you have pretty much a, I'll say, pedophile. I don't know what his plan was for these little girls, but this really weird guy who hangs out at the park. He kidnaps this girl. You find out later he's got more girls in his basement at the house. At the same time, he's kind of obsessed with this chick who he runs into quite a bit at the park. She finally stops by the house, seeing if he left his jacket or whatever at the park, and he ends up inviting her in. You know, this like girl of his dreams that he's been wanting to talk to, and she has her own agenda, and I believe she knows the girls are there. Well, I'll just say the girls definitely get their revenge on this guy. I'm not going to say exactly what happens. I was kind of caught off guard on what the chick that he invites in does to him, but let's just say it sucked for him. Yeah, that's the 7 segments, and then at the end, the little girl and the babysitter, or I can't remember if it was her sister, babysitter, or whatever. The guy finally gets into the house, this escaped convict, whatever, and the babysitter that pretended to be scared of all this stuff, you know, come to find out, she has a secret of her own. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah, I keep moving my hands. I don't know why. And eliminates this intruder. So that is the 7 segments of Sleepless Nights. I thought this was going to be really scary and not so corny and comedical at times, but it's probably not one I'll revisit. I mean, the cover here looks like it's going to be terrifying. and leave you with sleepless nights. I slept just fine after watching this. Well, I'm not going to say that because I sleep like shit anyways, but it wasn't scary. Like I said, the first one was pretty dark, and then it just gets cheesy. A couple of them here and there are a little bit darker, but I mean, overall, I liked maybe half of them were, well, I say half, there's 7. Three or four of them were okay, and the rest of them just, you know, whatever. But say this runs about 2 hours. It says 89 minutes on the back, so I don't know what's up with that. Wild Eye? Why? Why would you put 89 minutes and it's like 2 hours? So, if anybody knows why stuff is, you know, written as one thing and it's something else, let me know, because I have no clue. But I do thank you, Wild Eye, for sending these over. I got a couple more to review for you guys. The next ones will be the Snarling and the Sitter, which I'll do those together. I wanted to do this one separate because this is about how long my reviews run for 2 of them, and this being an anthology and having 7 of them to review, you know, making it uneven, I figured do the anthology by itself. So if you guys have seen Sleepless Nights, let me know. Again, sorry about no pictures from the film. I usually have over on one side. Let me know if you guys enjoy that as well. All like 20 of you that probably watch this review, because my reviews don't really get shit, but you know, is what it is. Let me know if you guys like the pictures from the movie that I'm reviewing, though. I kind of like doing it. Gives you guys a little better idea of what's going on. You know I like seeing scenes from the films that are being talked about or whatever, but I mean, I always kind of do what I would like to see, but you know, you guys are the viewers, so let me know. Again, I did like the and hopefully I have it on here at my opening, but I did like the opening title sequence to this with that rendition of Sweet Dreams. I mean, that really like drew me into the movie, and I thought it was getting ready to be something really awesome, and the theme song was the best part of the whole thing. So, but I could tell these people had a lot of fun making this, doing their scenes and everything, and that's what it's all about, especially in the horror community. It's about just having fun and doing what you love to do. So I'm not gonna bash it too hard. Like I say, it's probably not one I'll revisit, but you know, at least I had seen it. If it sounds interesting to you guys, definitely check it out. I think it's one that would definitely be funner with like a group of people, so you guys can laugh and everything at what's going on the screen. I'm just watching this shit by myself, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. So, yeah. I believe that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing and everything. We're over 650 subs, which is freaking awesome. So, you know, definitely if I can hit that 700 mark, I definitely want to do something special, giveaway or something like that. But you know, because that would just be amazing. So if you guys are watching this, definitely spread the word, and you know, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next review. Take care. Bye.
call me Lucky Juggy.